What's up, manga fans? This is Raphael from C Manga, and welcome back to another review of Bleach. This week's chapter 588, the Headless Star 7. This was a fairly short chapter. It was very quick. It was more one of those bridging the plot chapters. So it's building a hype, kind of moving the focus from obviously the second invasion to now the invasion of the Soul Palace. So it's kind of escalating to the more serious part of this blood war, but it was still quite a fun chapter to read, despite the disturbing I'd say confrontation between Giselle, Ikkaku and Yumachika at the end. That certain words could have probably been rephrased or used better, but other than that it was funny. And the first part, as I said, was epic. Juha, Hashwald and Uru have arrived in the Soul King Palace, and it was kind of weird how Hashwald was, you have my condolences, I understand your feelings, Yhwach, after he said, so this is the Soul King Palace. But he kind of just plays it off as in, what do you mean? I have no feelings for this place. Looking at a rotten gravestone is nothing for me. And Hashwald is led to apologize. And I was kind of thinking, is this Juha's hate? Like he has, obviously what happened to him 1,000 years ago in the Quincy, being, almost wiped out. I'm guessing it's some deep-ridden hatred or some history he has for this place. And I'm guessing that it's just brought some feelings up that he's trying to deny. So that part was kind of interesting. Maybe that will be elaborated on later, but there was definitely something going on there, especially that Hashwald knows about and picked up on it straight away. After that little monologue and discussion, Hashwald draws out the shadows for the Quincy to arrive, and I was like, crap, they're not wasting any time. But luckily, the Zero Squad at the beginning had sensed their arrival, and Kirinji, the Divine General of the East, first officer of the Division Squad, it was funny when he announced himself. He arrived and basically was like, you're here unattended or uninvited. We don't like guests coming uninvited. And he's like whacked all the Quincy's away with that stick thing. I can't remember what it's called. And it was hilarious how confident he is. I mean, he is Zero Squad, so what you expect that. But I just think he's probably the best person to show up with his humor and smug comments. But Juha's not even phased. He's like, you think you can stop me? And Kirinji's like, yeah, of course. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could. So he's used a lot of hot water, and he's burning up all the other Quincy that arrived, and they're all screaming, "Oh, it's hot" and everything. And he describes how the special water that he's used can squeeze out blood and Ryatsu from the body. And I was like, crap, that must have been damn painful. But yeah, he's a badass. I mean, he's using water to F some people up and beat them, like literally squeezing Ryatsu and blood out of them. That's hardcore and dirty. But yeah, he's pretty much saying, the same crap, I'm gonna beat you guys. And he releases his Shikai. So it's Kinpika, and there was two translations for it. One of them was Shining Gold, and the other one was Gilded Pleasure. I think Shining Gold seems a bit more relevant and makes more sense, but maybe another bit of translation will come out that will rectify this. But I'm gonna go with the first one from Manga Reader. Shining Gold seems a bit more relevant, as I said, and it makes sense anyway. So second part of the chapter was basically, it was kind of wasted, but it was a bit funny in terms of the conversation and disturbing at the same time. Giselle is backed into a corner at sword point by Ikkaku and Yumachika, and she's basically trying to goad them into cutting her, because she was pretty much saying, oh, a man like you must have pride. You're not going to kill or cut down the defenseless little girl hoping to obviously invoke rage. And most people would be like, my pride's at stake, I ain't gonna listen to this girl cut. But obviously, lucky for them, Yumachika is there, because Kaku most likely would have cut her. Yumachika was saying, there's something not right about this, I don't trust her. She's pretending that she's unarmed and unequipped to deal with anything, and he thinks that there's some sort of tricks, like maybe us touching her blood. And I was thinking, Yumachika, you smart guy. So she's kind of a bit, I'd say, bewildered by that, and she's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, basically, still trying to downplay it. But Yumachika says, I know there's a lot more tricks to you. You being unarmed, having no, I'd say, way to defend yourself. But I can tell you're a man. And that shocks her. She's like, how? And it's like, obviously thinking, what? At that point, I'm like, she's a bloody transvestite or something. I was like, transsexual, sorry. I was like, okay, didn't see that one coming. So, yeah, what was more disturbing wasn't the fact that she's a transsexual, is the fact that Yumachika said he could tell by smelling her semen. And I was like, what kind of bloody sense does he have? The sense of a dog? I mean, guys don't smell like semen. I mean, unless you've been getting busy or doing something. And so for him to smell that, does he smell that all the time? I mean, does he smell that of all the shinigamis around? That's really weird. I think it would have probably been a bit more cleaner and better for Yumachika to say, you smell masculine to me, or you've got the scent of a man. Even though, that obviously sounds a bit wrong, but it makes more sense than something like, I can smell semen on you. That sounds a bit weird, but whatever. So the last thing that happens is Giselle calls out from Bambietta, and she's completely zombified and under her control. So this pretty much confirms that Bambietta is dead, because Giselle did say before that she can only control fellow Quincy if they're dead, and she looked completely dead anyway with her glass-like eye. She was completely in a blank stare, and yeah, Giselle's got on her back and they're ready to fight. So it's interesting to see what's gonna happen with that. I'm assuming maybe she can still make Bambietta use all her previous techniques and powers, like her Volston dig, even though she's dead. And that's about it. That's what I said. That's probably going to be one of those quick fights. It's just kind of weird, that whole conversation, especially about the whole semen business. But yeah, I'm definitely, as I said, looking forward to see what's going to happen next, especially obviously in the Soul King Palace. But it's kind of annoying that Ichigo spent ages of chapters trying to get down to Soul Society. Now it's probably going to be a long time before he gets back up there. And I just hope that the Zero Squad aren't going to get one-shotted. So they're too powerful for them to just be held off. I would like them to freaking at least pressure, or even handicap Juha, and then maybe Juha draws out something else, like a bigger power or one of these abilities, and then that kind of makes them obviously recoil back, and they're a bit at a disadvantage. I just don't want to see this complete one shot ass handing and then Ichigo comes to save the day. I'd rather see some even amount of fighting, and then it builds up to Ichigo being brought back into the picture, and then him having to deal with it. So yeah, that's all I'm expecting to see. Things look like it's going to be really interesting from now on, and can't wait. So you guys know the usual. If you enjoyed this chapter, or got any opinions, comments, predictions about this one or the next one, leave them in the comment box below. And also, if you enjoyed this video and you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content, and I'll speak to you guys next time.